What's the deal with bananas? I mean, they got orange juice, you got apple juice. Where's the banana juice?
Here I go! Please stand for your problematic anthem. Juice?
What's up, good people? It's your boy Timo with the dance moves.
And it's Tim, the popcorn player.
That right. And you are listening to Banana Juice.
Banana Juice.
So thankful that you're tuning in again with your boy.
Yes, sir.
We back. Y'all already hear him. The popcorn player has returned.
How y'all doing?
While the Green Ranger exited stage left. Yo, shout out to y'all because a lot of people reached out. Y'all were letting us know that y'all were really feeling the Green Ranger on the episode, so that was cool. He was able to hold it down, but we got the popcorn player back on this joint. So y'all know we got the juices back. And y'all know we hitting y'all with the problematic, but we got a surprise at the end. And I'm ready to go ahead and get into that, John. So let's go ahead and get into these throwaways.
Oh, I love trash.
Versus announced that they have two battles lined up. They actually have a lot of battles coming up. They dropped this whole list, but they blurred out a good bunch of them. One to look forward to is Redman versus Method Man, which I'm like, okay, that's going to be pretty dope.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But then, here we go with the burps again. Dang, it just goes straight through me. People are gonna be like, "Can you just start editing out the burps?" do we have to hear the burps every single time? And then do we have to hear you announce that it's a burp?
Yep.
Like you really could just not announce it. Like at this point,
wouldn't be problematic if
it wouldn't be problematic. We have it. We at this point we just have to do it.
This is raw footage.
Yes. We ain't cutting nothing out. We just press record and we talk, and then we put the I love trash and all that other stuff on there. But you getting it raw.
Oh,
I ain't like how that was. I'm not a fan of how that came out, but it is what it is. So
that's what he said.
April 4th. Is it April 4th? I believe it is April 4th. Versus will show the battle of the Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, I know she
Now,
lied.
whose idea was this? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This is no battle. This is no battle.
It's gonna be a slaughter.
And if right now you are trying to guess who is going to get slaughtered, then you do not know music, my people. Because Earth, Wind, and Fire is about to put their foot all the way down the Isley Brothers behind. It's not going to be close.
I'm going to say this right now. Think of 10 Isley Brothers songs.
I can't.
You know what? I'll shorten the list. Think of right now 5 Isley Brothers songs.
Contagious. This is Mr. Big. How you doing, Mr. Big?
Nope. I said Isley Brothers, not Ron Isley. Isley Brothers.
Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson.
That's not even the same people.
Stairway to Heaven. Is that them?
No, man, that's a totally different group. That is hold on.
Drifting on the Memory. Is that them? Is that the words of that song? Is it Drifting on a Memory?
Oh, you talking about For the Love of You?
Yeah, For the Love of You.
Yeah. But the other song, Stairway to Heaven, that's it's not the Commodores. That's the people who do For the Love of Money.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
and put your hands together. I can't. Right, I'm drawing a blank right now for their names, but I know that was Gerald Levert's dead.
Okay, gotcha. What are some Isley Brothers songs?
So yeah, For the Love of You, Between the Sheets,
Between the Sheets, yeah.
Harvest for the World.
I hate that song. Oh, when will there be a harvest for the world? I don't hate the song. I don't hate the song, but I'm just like, this was a hit.
Let me see. What's another?
They already lost because I can't think of.
Yeah, I know they got more songs. I just can't think of them.
But here's the thing: Earth, Wind, and Fire. They just got too much. They got too much. This is going to be the definition of bringing a pen to a bazooka fight because.
Because right now, okay, same thing. Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got Love's Holiday.
Yes.
We got Stone. We got September. We got Fantasy. We got
Imagination.
Magic Mind. We got Imagination. We got Shining Star.
Yeah.
We got
Jupiter.
Boogie Wonderland.
Yeah.
We got Let's Groove.
Yeah.
Tonight.
It's over.
Like there's 9 songs. Right there.
Reasons.
Reason. Yes. The list goes on. Like we thought of 10 songs right there. In the same time, faster than we thought of 4 Isley Brothers songs.
Faster than I thought of one Isley Brothers song.
I'm just saying, y'all. Like, and we didn't even name interludes. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's how good Earth, Wind, and Fire is. They have interludes that they could play in the versus battles, and that would still be like, oh yeah, that's my judge.
Look, they wrote
not even words to it.
Right. They had a whole song that doesn't have words to it that if we played it right now, if we started singing it right now, everyone could sing all the words to it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's it, like
It's gonna be like, oh yeah. That's it.
Like, come on, man, like that.
And you know all the words to it.
Mm-hmm. You know all the words to it. That junk get cracking at the family reunion, and everybody feel it. Don't nobody be like, man, turn this junk off. Everybody grooving. It's like Earth, Wind, and Fire is a whole mood. Probably one of the most sampled bands, like black bands ever. You know what I mean? Maybe bands, period.
Yeah.
But I'm just like this. I mean, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm glad that I'm going to be happy to see Earth, Wind, and Fire on a versus, but I don't really think
I feel like the opponent is not the same.
Right.
Like, you should have had somebody more established.
Right. Speaking of things that are not the same being put in the same arena or even thought process, Ben Carson decided that he was going to wake up from the coma that he's been in for the. Where has Ben Carson been? like we don't.
Cancun.
What have you been doing? What's going on? Like, you just come out of nowhere, and are Ben Carson and Stacey Dash the same person? It's like we don't see one until after the other one has made news. I'm just.
I don't know. I don't know.
Check the track record.
I've never seen Ben Carson and Stacey Dash in the same place.
Right. I think I think it's the same person. I'm pretty sure it's the same person. But he essentially compared the treatment of black Republicans to the treatment of runaway slaves.
What?
Now, this is ironic for a couple of reasons. Just because black Republicans, if we were living in slavery times, they're the type who would probably stay put. I mean, they'd be in the house and just tending to all of masses' needs and pointing out the other slaves who were trying to run to freedom. I mean,
Right.
that seems like how that would go.
Okay, so this is how I feel. So Ben Carson, like, just because people don't want you near them doesn't mean that black Republicans are being treated like slaves. That just means that they don't like you.
Not just slaves,
and-
runaway slaves.
Yeah, people just want you to run away, Ben Carson, for the outlandish things that you just say. Is not that, and here's how I feel about it in this aspect. Like, I think that today's black Republicans are treated like, you know, if especially if it's like, oh, we support Trump, it is more of a like an Uncle Tom thing. It's not a runaway slave.
Yeah.
It's like you're like betraying the race basically to support racist. And I feel like if your definition of being a Republican is I support Trump, like that's who I'm going with, then that's where I feel like it's an Uncle Tom type thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a Republican before this whole Trump thing started, and like you're not really like, I support Trump, but like I still like fall in line with the original beliefs of like Republicans, then I don't feel like that, like it's not, those Republicans aren't looked bad upon. I don't feel like, at least I don't see it like that. But it's like if you're just a Trump supporter, like I really don't even feel like you should call yourself a Republican, because it's not. But it's crazy because that seems like where the Republican side is leaning to now.
Yeah.
Like just strictly Trump. And so it's like, it's hard. It's a hard thing to like say, like, I feel like that's where they're leaning towards. And me personally, I'm independent. Like I'm neither one.
I mean, that's my thing. It's like when you talk about like, I feel like if you're like, I'm a Democrat, I only believe everything that the Democrats believe, and I'm only ever going to vote Democrat, or I'm a Republican and I only believe what all the Republicans say, and I'm only ever going to vote Republican, then I just feel like, you kind of brainwashed anyway, because you should have your own thoughts. And
you should do your research.
There's not one person in this world that I agree with everything on 100%. Like there's just
Right.
that's just not a thing. And so especially when you're talking about like who's gonna be representing me, like there I do hold a lot of Christian values, but I also hold values in education. You know what I mean? And I understand that the whole world isn't like all of United States isn't Christian. But everybody got something to do with education. Everybody goes through the education system. The education system really affects a lot of stuff. And so I might vote for someone who has a stronger lean on education reform than some of the things that I believe as a Christian. I mean, that might sound weird. That might come off wrong to some people, but I'm just like, I mean, it's freedom of religion. So I can't force anybody to take on my Christian values.
Why? Because God doesn't force it on anybody.
Exactly.
He gives you the choice. So,
but everybody is forced to go to school.
True.
And the more we educate people, the fewer idiots we will have saying that being a black Republicans are treated like runaway slaves. So here's exactly what he said. Just remember that this is not anything that's any different than many, many years ago during slavery. If you ran away and you got caught, they didn't just kill you. They brought you back and tormented you in front of everyone else so that you would get the lesson. Do not run away. And it's the same lesson now. Do not depart from what we told you. Do not think for yourself, and if you do, we're going to try and make an example of you so other people don't do it. But the way I see it, you just have to ask yourself, what is the right thing to do? You have to pray and ask God to give you wisdom and move forward. What are you talking about, sir? Because no,
are you talking about you trying to?
It doesn't
like,
make sense.
Right. It's like, are you saying that you're trying to get out of the Republican Party? but they caught you and they're gonna cut your foot off? Like, what? I don't get it.
Like, are you saying that the black people are slave owners? Is that what you're saying? I don't agree. It's confusing because if you say like you're being treated like a runaway slave because you're leaving the black community, which is majority Democrat, and then trying to join a Republican, trying to be a Republican, but then you get caught and get brought back, and then the black people are treating you like that. That analogy doesn't make sense because the other slaves didn't do that to runaway slaves. The slave masters did that. So what?
And honest,
I think what you mean to say is house slave versus field slave, that type of thing. That would be a more logical comparison. And to be honest, if you are a Republican, and well, mainly if you are a Trump supporter, you are probably a house slave. I can't say that all black Republicans are house slaves. I can't say that with a solid conscience. But I can say that if you a black Trump supporter, then yes, you. Yeah.
I stand behind that. And like I feel like to even come out with that analogy, that is the dumbest thing, because I can tell you right now, you tell people like, oh, I support Trump. We're not trying to bring you back in the fold.
Right. No.
Like they're like, look, if anything, other black people are saying he ain't really black. Like they kick you out.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
Right.
Like
Keep
they'll
running.
bring you back.
Keep running. We ain't going to catch you. We save our dog's energy. Ain't nobody gonna be running after you.
You go ahead and go off on that craziness.
Right.
We're not with you on that. Like they try and put as much distance between you and the race as possible. When you start going off on that end, like they're like, if anything, they run away from you.
Right.
While you running, they go in the opposite way. Like, let's go. Like,
yeah, we just want no parts. But speaking of no parts, the parks are open and they want no screaming. Disney parks are open up. California theme parks are opening up, and they all are saying that you are not allowed to scream on the rides. There is a no screaming policy, I guess, because the spit particles that will be flying in the air, you know.
Because it's like at that point, it's like,
scream.
so why are we opening? Like, what's the purpose? Like,
Right?
no, we don't want them screaming. Like, so no, they can't do nothing.
Right. Like, are the roller coasters gonna be open? Because
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. And also, if I'm wearing a mask, that protects from the spit particles, right?
Right.
It's just
That's
weird.
my thoughts. That's my thoughts on the whole thing. You know, like if you wearing a mask, like I think that's a better rule. Like wear a mask when you are on the rides.
But then another thing is the fact that they're not even doing any singing. So it's not just the screaming, like there's not going to be any singing either. And a good part of Disney, like they have pretty good shows. And so like that's going to be out. So I just why open? Why open if you can't scream? Why like I don't it's very weird. So it's not for children anymore? Is that because if a child is scared, going fast or doing anything, they're going to scream. And what's it gonna be like? Is it gonna be like Bebe's Kids when they had the people just grab them? They're like, "You're on trial for screaming on this ride." We don't die, we multiply.
Freedom.
A little kid come in wearing all white. With such confusion, don't it make you want to scream? Make you want to scream?
Just a group of kids going down the lane in the Thriller format.
Like we gonna take over this, John. You ain't gonna tell us not to scream. We do what we want. But yeah, I just like if you're gonna put the restrictions where like, oh, ain't no fun, then ain't no point in opening up the whole thing.
Right.
That,
Right. And my thing is, who in their right mind is like, who thinks, oh, people go on roller coasters and they scream for the fun of it. They want to scream. Like,
no.
nobody wants to scream for 2 minutes straight. Like,
It
I don't think that's the thing. Like, it's one of those things where it just comes out uncontrollably. Like, because you don't expect those feelings like when you're riding a roller coaster.
Yeah, at this point, it's like saying, yo, from now on, Timo, record an episode of Banana Juice, but no more burping. I can't control that. It's part of the experience now. The burp is the burp. You're going to get it, and I'm going to say, oh, that was a burp. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen, guys. We can't. It's like saying you're allowed to have as much sex as you want, but you better not come.
I'm sorry. What?
I thought that was the point of it. I thought that's how everybody knew I was having fun. And so, like, I guess not, man. I guess not. You're going to have to find another way. But I think if we want to learn how to go on different rides and roller coasters without screaming, then we really just need to take lessons from good old Joe Biden, because he went on a bit of a ride as he was climbing the steps to Air Force Ones. Air Force Ones, Lord. Should have had his Air Force Ones. He would have got to stomp into his Air Force Ones. But no, he tripped not once, not twice, but thrice going up the stairs. His brother tripped up the stairs 3 times. And they captured that on camera, and it is hilarious. He's like, whoop, oh, okay, I got myself, whoop, whoop, oh, I got myself, whoop, oh, ah.
Look, I'm just saying, Joe's an innovator. He the oldest president, and also he the first person to take 3 trips before even getting on the plane.
The man forgot the magical shoes. The shoes that he had when he was running out there. He had on the magical shoes then. He put on the regular shoes. I put on regular shoes, became regular man, regular man.
My bad.
That man had on his Fergies. You got me tripping, oh tumbling, oh sticking, oh fumbling, like, bruh. All people tripping is hilarious. I don't care what you say. The Life Alert commercial should have won Best Comedy Album of the Year because that stuff is hilarious.
I said comedy album. When Life Alert come out with CDs?
I don't know. I play that joint on repeat so many times.
Just like Persionomics.
Yep, kind of like Persionomics in the mixtape. But look, I can watch the different ways y'all have shown this man trip over and over again.
Oh, those have been hilarious.
The Mario Kart one is my favorite. The Mario Kart one is my.
That's.
Oh man!
First of all, shout out to y'all for being quick. Like,
you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick.
Like, these people who are so quick with these memes and these videos, like with the edits, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. I love it.
Who? But
keep bringing the funny.
Whew, that was a burp. See? It's just going to happen. I'm just going to burp. You accept it. Because another one's coming up. Oh, there it is. Oh, man.
Good thing he ain't in California.
That was a burp. Yeah. Good thing. Good thing. All right, guys. I promise that'll be the last burp in this segment.
So those were your throws.
Well, we got one more. We got Kanye West is worth $6.6 billion now, making him the wealthiest black man in America. So those were your throwaways.
I love them because they're trash.
I mean, good for him. Pay my student loans.
Yo, and speaking of student loans, y'all, it's time to get into our prime topics. Joe Biden has canceled $1 billion of student loans. $1 billion, guys. And I just hope that I'm in that number of people who do not have to pay these student loans.
Me too.
I mean, even if you cut it down a couple of thousand for me, you know, I'd be happy with that. But I really like to wake up and them just gone.
Me too. Like I want my student loans to be like my sins when I accepted Jesus Christ. Washed clean and forgiven.
Yes.
Thrown into the sea of forgetfulness. Like, no more.
Yeah. I mean, because it's just not of God, the student loans anyway. You know, Sally Mae is like Satan may tempt you to pay him money. Look, Sally Mae, you trying to take my tithe money. That's what you trying to do.
Right.
I will not rob God. I'm not going to rob God.
I want Biden to call me and say, go, and oh, no more. Be like, thank you, sir, for passing this $1 billion today where my loans are forgiven. And I'm going to go and praise Jesus because, like, I know it was him. He put it on Biden's heart to add me in that number.
Look, but another, like, I got an email shortly after I saw the story. I got an email from my student loan company, and I was like, this is it. They're about to tell me that I was in the number. And they were like, just in case you were wondering, this is how you can keep up with how much you owe. They're like, first of all, I got automatic payments. Ben had automatic payments. So I know how to keep up with how much I owe. Second of all, you sending this email to the wrong person. You need to do at President Joe Biden. You need at tmail.com. That's like, I'm forwarding all my student loan emails to him. So that way he can, like, he gonna be my second person to to contact.
Right.
I'm gonna put the White House phone number on
To the
there.
White House.
Like Joe, yeah, you need to talk to Joe. Joe know where to find me. He know where the money is for these student loans.
I'm gonna change my address to the White House.
He be doing
All
like,
my student loan stuff go there. Like, he's like, really?
people like this man. I can't believe.
I heard you got that billion.
If Biden won't pay it, maybe Kanye will. Like, look, Kanye, I know you got that.
How'd you get that
6.6
billion? How'd you get that 6 billion?
So you got that 6.6. You got an increase in billions and a decrease in wives. So go ahead, and if you try to hide some of that money away, I got a nonprofit that you can donate to.
Come on, Jesus is the way. Chick-fil-A.
Remember,
Come on.
Jesus said, "Sell all you own and give it to the poor." I'm the poor. Poor me with these student loans.
Like, come on, man.
Man, but I'm telling you, man, with those student loans canceled, if he really does just go ahead and do it for everybody, like, imagine what you can do with that money you were spending on your student loans. You can actually build up your savings to be like big baller brand status. You know, like I can upgrade some things in my house. You know, I can afford to get a newer car if I didn't have to pay these student loans. You know, like there are certain things that I could do that would stimulate the economy, but that would also put me and myself in a position where my family will never need help from the government. Not that we need help from the government now, but y'all, that's the thing. And people get so pissy when it comes to pay, like the government canceling student loans. And they be like, well, I had to pay my student loans, and why don't you just pay your debts? Why don't you just pay your debts? One, some of the people, the main people saying that are the people who didn't really have student loans, who parents had enough money to put away for their future, and therefore they didn't have any loans, or the loans that they have were manageable and easier to pay off. That's one. Two, for a lot of you old people, college cost like $1,000 back then.
Right.
Like
Number three, you probably one of the ones who don't even pay their taxes.
Yeah, you're getting all these tax cuts. You want all these tax cuts, but you don't want my student loans paid off, or not even paid off, just canceled. Just cancel the student loans. The whole thing is a scam anyway. It is a scam. It does not cost that much money to educate people.
My thing is, how is it that we need so much money to go to college to get a higher education, but then we're teachers and we don't even get paid as much as it freaking costs to go to a freaking school?
I don't understand the point
Like,
there.
I'm saying, like, I'm saying that our student loans cost more than we make as teachers.
Do they?
Like, yeah.
I don't think mine do.
Think of how much money you owe in student loan debt.
Not as much as I make in a year.
Well, that's probably because you didn't go to grad school. I'm at grad school trying to get you. I'm just saying.
Well, you already can tell. I've been teaching for like 13 years though. So our checks ain't gonna look the same.
Look, man.
This is not me trying to flex on you.
You sound just like them. You sound just like them old money people.
This isn't me trying to flex on you. I promise it's not.
I paid my student loans.
I promise it's not.
I pay my student loans.
No, bro, because I wasn't paying them. Them folks was getting like $100 a month. That's what they
Pay your
were.
debts.
That's what they were getting. They were getting $100 a month because I'm like, I gotta
That's how you
live.
sound.
I gotta feed my family. Y'all get $100 a month. That's all you getting. It ain't been until recently that I've been paying that whole thing. So,
Okay.
so understand that.
Here's what I'm saying. How is it that everybody else, like outside of the United States, they can have free higher education, but yet we're like one of the only nations paying for higher education? And then when you get your degree or whatever, it still doesn't mean anything when you trying to go out in the job market.
Yeah,
You
for certain
make it-
jobs, yeah, it doesn't mean much. It makes you competitive, but it don't make you the top competitor.
Right. Just because you competitive don't mean you actually gonna win the race or even be in the race.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like y'all stress like, oh, people need college, and then they go to college and then they just accumulate debt, and then when they try and go in the job market, it's like, but do you have experience in this? Like, I see that you have your degree in this, but where's the experience?
Here's my thing. That's always been stupid to me because if I have a degree in this and I took the classes in this, that's experience.
Right.
That's literally experience. My education is, I had an educational experience on this whole thing. So I have experience.
It's just funny because the same people who ask you, like, do you have experience? It's like, do you have experience for your job? Like, before you got hired for it, did you have experience? I thought not. Like, this company just started in like a year ago. You tell me, like, you getting hired like 6 months ago, you had experience in what you doing? You want no hiring manager? Come on.
I mean, but it's one of those things where it's just like, just going back to the whole student loan thing. I don't believe that this should be something. I honestly, I'm being 100% honest. I believe that your first 4 years of college should be free. I believe your first 4 years of college should be free. If we want America to be competitive, that's the thing. If we want America to be competitive, make the first 4 years of college free. Make the first 4 years of college free, and then if you one of those people who got to take a victory lap because you weren't taking enough credits, that's on you, player. But okay, if I'm taking then you pay for that 5th year. If you want your master's, you pay for that. If you want your doctorate, you pay for that. And I guarantee you what you end up with is you will end up with more educated Americans. You will end up with more Americans with higher degrees. And you will end up with an economy that is strong because people will have that money to buy nicer houses, to buy nicer cars, to spend it on clothes, to spend it on going out. Like, people will actually be able to live if you do that.
I always thought that was like the dumbest thing for people to feel like, oh, well, we don't want to release more money. Like, especially how stingy the Republicans were being with, like, releasing the stimulus money. Mm-hmm. Like, just being like, no, we can't release that much money to the people because, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's going to come back.
Right.
Like, people are going to be spending this money here in the United States. Yeah. So it will be coming back.
Yeah.
Like, that's how an economy works. Like, you give people money to spend, but they're going to spend it.
Right. Perfect example. These stimulus checks hit. I don't know where you all are listening from, but in Memphis, these streets have been crazy ever since the stimulus checks have hit. The restaurants have been packed. People have been going out. They've been going out to eat. They've been going to the mall. Like, people have been balling. They have been splurging. They have been stimulating the economy with the stimulus check. Now, I ain't gonna say that it's all wisdom now, because really you probably should have took some of that stuff away because we don't know. It's a third variant out there that's easier to catch, and I think they found a couple of them in New York, and so it might be making its way downtown. So it's probably more important that instead of balling out, that you like save up, because I'm hoping that's not that we don't run into that. Especially, I'm hoping that more people actually get this vaccine. So that way, like around July, August, maybe we're semi, back to normal, if you will. I did hear that they're actually talking about in Tennessee, Memphis specifically, they're talking about opening up the vaccines to all adults, any adult who wants the vaccine. And I'm like, at this point, that should be what it is. Because we have so many people saying, like, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. Then fine. Who want it? Who want this vaccine? Right. If you want some, come get some. Like, that should be the new
literally
COVID
how it should
shot.
be.
That should be the COVID vaccine logo from now on. If you want some, come get some.
I feel like that definitely should be the thing where, like, especially if it's like, if they're still working on, like, I get the people who aren't able to take it yet because of health reasons.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. It's people who can't take it because of allergies, because it's some people who just react poorly to vaccines. So it's people who I do get that there are some people for health reasons who can't take it.
But like, for people who like are able to take it but just can't, like, okay, there's no reason for the people who can take the vaccine, but because they're not in a certain group that's like free to take the vaccine, like, yeah, it should be no reason to withhold it from them.
I agree.
Like, just come and get this vaccine. Like, and I've noticed, like, it's been like different places that have been doing that. Like Walmart here, like on Austin P, they've just been opening it up to give to people. And even churches, like different churches, they're like getting the vaccines and just giving the vaccine to their members or even people in the community. So I feel like that's a great thing to like help more people get the vaccine and like just help things get closer to being normal.
Absolutely.
It's safer. But I'm definitely with you with like people being like the government just being stingy. And it is literally like, I really hate that people in power are being stingy with resources that are supposed to help the people.
Yeah.
Like, the whole stimulus thing, like when I heard that when the stimulus was being passed out, like banks and debt collectors were taking people's money.
Yeah, come on, y'all.
It's supposed to be a relief thing.
Right.
My thing is, when banks and other businesses are in trouble, like big businesses, they get bailed out by the government. Nobody takes their money from them when they do that.
Yeah.
But like, this stimulus check is supposed to be a bailout for a lot of people. Like, I get some people were in like okay conditions, like to where it's like I'm still able to work, so I can still get a check and all of that. But at the same time, it's like there were people who lost their jobs and weren't able to like pay for different things. They weren't able to pay their house note or rent. They weren't able to get food. They had to choose between the two.
Yeah.
Like which one they were going to do. And this was supposed to be that relief for them. So they could, like, they wouldn't have to choose. But now, like, when you just come and take somebody's money like that, like, I feel like any business that feels like they can do something like that, they just need to be. I want them to seriously go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And I want them to not even get bailout money.
Yeah.
I want them to close and just be like, well, y'all don't have the funds because y'all were trifling. Like, you shouldn't do that to people. These are real people, real lives being affected by this. And it's not like the employers, like, or the employees of the banks and businesses weren't getting separate stimulus checks.
Yeah.
So it's like, if y'all really wanted it that bad, like, just put your money in there from the stimulus check you got. Put that in there. Like, you wouldn't want anybody taking your money like that. So why do somebody else?
Get your hand out my pocket.
I just feel like it is backwards how things are going.
It is, but hopefully things start going in the right direction. Just politically, to where there's a little more freedom, like there's a little more money being distributed evenly. Stuff happens with minimum wage in a great way, and that these student loans really do get canceled, because it's just time for that. So, y'all, those were the Prime Topics. Tim, tell the people who got the juice this week.
All right. So, the person who has the juice this week, y'all may have heard of him. So, y'all know all about just the horrible conditions of this world, where now is just a huge Asian hate thing going on.
Yeah.
And so there was this guy that felt like he could abuse a 76-year-old Asian lady named and I'm hoping that I get this right. I'm just going to say her first name, Chiao. And she was just waiting at the light to cross the street, and this guy just comes and hits her in her eye and gives her a black eye. Well, I'm giving the juice to this 76-year-old lady because she fought back and messed this dude up. Now, I know normally I'm all about like the peace and everything, but I gotta give the juice to this lady because she whooped the mess out of this fool. Like, I'm mad that they didn't give the name of who this guy is, because I would be putting his name on blast, so anybody else who saw him in the San Francisco area could continue to give him the beating that this lady gave him. But she found
the picture. He looks like Ed Sheeran in the picture.
She found a stick and she messed this man up. When I tell you, it looked like this man's hands were swollen, bruised. Like, it looked like they had to peel her off of him. Like, she had an ice pack on her eye. This guy left in a gurney, like hands looking like he throwing up gang signs, swollen, like face all bloody and messed up. Like, this woman messed him up, and I'm proud of her. I'm sorry. I like it. I like it. I like that she did this. I like that she handled business. This is the most problematic juice that I've ever given out, but I'm so happy to give the juice to this lady. So, ciao.
You got the juice now, man.
And now, what you've been waiting for this entire show. Yo, problematic top 5. Oh! And so, since we did not have a problematic top 5 last week, we decided that we were going to hit you with a problematic special. That's right, the problematic lightning round. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, so we're going to give you, I forgot to tell you what it was. I got so excited. We're going to tell you the top things, the top places where you can scream now that you're not allowed to scream on a roller coaster. You have now got the problematic okay to scream at these places because you held it in on the roller coaster. Now, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The Yin Yang Twin song. Let's do it. No more whispering. You just yell at the Yin Yang Twin song. You holler at everybody you want. Hey, how you doing, little girl? What's going on? What's up?
Come over here so I can whisper in your ear. Come over here. I can't whisper in your ear because you over there. I need you to come over here so I can whisper in your ear. All y'all scrimpers about to get your ear whispered in.
This is my whispering voice.
The ballet! You can scream at the ballet now! Like, whoa! Look at that boy Johnson! He's got that can't be real! Now I see why
He looks like the nutcracker in this paint.
Now I see why all these girls dance on their toes. They gotta stay on their toes if you're gonna deal with something like that. I can't believe it.
That's wrong talk.
Tim, they got you. They got you. You are frozen like a fool, man.
It just
What?
Tim, you are frozen. You are not doing anything. Can you hear me? Tim? I'm just sitting here, lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody to be problematic with. Oh, he's back. I was like, what the heck happened?
they got us, man.
They got him.
us.
They got him. They got him.
Because at first you were frozen, and then I was like, oh man, did they get him?
I'm like, they got you, Tim. They got you.
They got us.
But you know what? Silent Fields. Now you can scream at Silent Fields, just like I was doing at Tim just did. Hey, speak up! I can't hear you. Somebody pause the screen. Everybody in here ain't got no 5th grade, no 5th grade reading level. The word's going by too fast.
I got my stimulus check. Who can I pay to read these words? Read these words out loud for us. What else we got? The library. Nate the Great. Oh, why you on Pornhub? Everybody know that Childish Gambino song. I know what that means.
It's Freaky Man in the library.
Stay woke. Oh, I know what you looking at. Go read Babysitter's Club.
No, don't read Babysitter's Club. You freaking young man. Just walk in the library. Why is this place still here? Is this a museum? Like, why are y'all here? Do you not have Audible? Do you not have a Kindle? Do you not got iBooks? Why are you still coming to the library? Why are you here at this rent-a-book? Do you not know that you can buy these yourself?
I was just like Blockbuster for books.
It's COVID. How y'all sanitizing these books?
They old.
Golf tournaments. Don't tell me to shush. I say what I want. I pay good money to get into this country club. You need to
iron. Swing, better swing. Wrong sport. I don't care.
How are you losing to Tiger Woods? How are you losing to Tiger Woods? He is juggling 18 white women, 3 back surgeries, 2 knee surgeries, and 2 car accidents, and you are still losing to Tiger Woods. Hang up the clubs. This is not a sport. This is not a sport.
Here's another one, the baby's christening. Dunk the baby. Put him in the water.
Oh no, the water boiling. Hold him down longer. That's the Antichrist. In the surgery. Don't cut there. Don't do it. Just testing focus. Testing the surgery. Wait a minute before you open this brother up.
Did you check his pockets?
Did you check his pockets? Funeral. Like, this boy was a heathen. Y'all, I hate to break it to you. He ain't going to heaven. He the one who shot
in the dirt.
but in the dirt. He the one who shot up the church 5 years ago. He did it. He told me about it. He said, forget Jesus. I was like, oh no. He was like, oh yeah. He sold crack to the kids. His kids.
They were the only ones.
He said it ain't no fun if the chiller can't have none.
He called it pipe candy.
He was trifling. He was sleeping with the pastor's wife.
Oh, dang. In the bathroom. Here's another one.
It's coming out. Finally. Finally. Oh, the quesalupa got me. The quesalupa got me.
The quesalupa. I can tell the bathtub dirty ballerina.
Just scream everywhere, y'all. Just scream everywhere. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. It's your next staff meeting. This could have been an email. How dare you waste my time? Sitting up here. I gotta sit next to Stink Breath Kyle in the middle of COVID. His mask is melting. His mask is melting. This should have been an email.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Oh, at your grandma's 99th birthday party. Why are you still here? I've been waiting on my inheritance. Joe Biden tripping. I gotta pay these student loans.
He got $1 billion.
You in church every day. You love Jesus so much. Go with him and give me your money. Go be with him and give me your money.
Where you going up the steps? Don't trip me like Biden.
Whew. Yeah, so that was your problematic top 5, top 15. I don't know how many we did. Man, we want to thank y'all for rocking with us here on Banana Juice.
Banana juice.
Man, tune in next week. We got more heat for ya.
Yes.
Oh, but next week, you know what? The both of us will be fully vaccinated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that don't mean that y'all might not still be getting these Zoom banana juice joints, but it's a sign that things are going to start to get back to normal. Okay, and I know a lot of people are afraid of what the side effects and what this could bring, and a lot of people are skeptical about it. But I say, like, I've gotten my second dose. I have not experienced any symptoms from the second dose. And look, I'm someone who had COVID, like to the point where the ambulance had to be called. Like, I thought I was going to die, and I never want to experience that again, which is why I decided to get the vaccine. And I understand that it's a bunch of people thinking like this is going to be the mark of the beast. It's going to be the mark of the beast. It's going to be more clear cut when that stuff happens. And also, if you got it right, you won't be here when that happens. So read your Bible. But also just keep in mind, man, like if you are really a person of faith and you are afraid to take this because you think it's going to be something evil with the government, just remember that the Bible says that we can drink poison and it won't harm you. You know, like, I ain't gonna lie, I prayed on the way and like right before they gave me the shot each time, and I'm telling you, I feel perfectly fine. I feel perfectly fine. Not pressuring anyone into getting it, but what I am saying is, if you are coming from a place of fear and hysteria and what's the word I'm looking for? Conspiracy theory with this, then you don't need to be somebody who doesn't want to wear their mask. And you don't need to be somebody who is out going to all the stores, going out to eat and all that. If you're going to be skeptical of that, then stay at home and do what you're supposed to do then. So that way we can get this, what do they call it? Mass vaccination? Not mass vaccination, but whatever it's called.
Herd vaccination.
Yes, herd vaccination. You know, like, because they're saying, like, if we continue at this rate, then it could be July when we reach herd vaccination, which would be awesome, y'all. That would be great. We could probably still enjoy a couple of weeks of summer. So just like, again, I'm not pressuring anybody into getting the vaccine because I don't have the power to do that. But I am saying, do your research on legitimate sites where they tell you what's in it, where they tell you the process that they went to produce it. Don't get that Johnson & Johnson stuff. That one I don't trust. Y'all, I just heard a recall about the baby powder. If you can't get baby powder right, then you don't need to be making no COVID vaccines. Let's make that perfectly clear. You don't need to be making no COVID vaccines. And you're like, oh yeah, you just get one shot of this and it's good. What? But baby powder, you've been making baby powder for years, and all of a sudden, the baby powder gone bad? No, bro. You need to keep your eyes on the prize and not on this vaccine. Look, homie, that ain't how this works.
Look, like Terry said, though, if you are coming from a place of fear, like, by all means, like, just really pray about it. Really do your research, because it's not something that is to be feared. Like, it's a simple process, and like, I've gotten my first dose. I'm getting my last dose coming up in 5 days. So
Yeah.
when y'all hear it, it'll be in 2 days. So I mean, it's if you can get it and help get things back to normal or some type of normalcy in your life, like I urge you to get it. Like, you know, but I mean, y'all are grown, y'all make y'all own decisions, y'all do what you do, but I'm just saying, like, don't let fear rule you.
Yeah. So that's our TED Talk. Until until next time, it's your boy T-Mo with the dance moves.
And it's Tim, the popcorn player.
Banana juice?
Ouch.